Hi there, intertwined art friends. Today we are going to make the 23rd square in our Like a Boss blanket series. This is the Let Your Success Bloom flower to remind you to get out there and blossom. It has some nice three-dimensional effect to it. You can see the layering of the petals here, and it works up pretty quickly. It's a little bit of an intermediate pattern, so the video should help you. But the free pattern is available at intertwinedart.com. You can find the video tutorials for some of the other all of the other patterns. Actually, here are some of them, but you can find them all also here on the YouTube channel. And we also have large print ad-free copies of the pattern available for $1.99 at etsy.com/shop/intertwinedartshop. So let's go ahead and get started. There are 24 different patterns in this series. Like I said, this is number 23. I like to use lily, sugar, and cream cotton, so we're going to start off with the color hot blue. And I'm going to grab my crochet hook. I'm going to use a size H 5mm crochet hook. And we're going to start off with a magic circle. So for the magic circle, you just wrap it around your two fingers twice. Hold the yarn on the side with your thumb and then pull that back yarn underneath. Yarn over and pull through again, and that begins our magic circle. Now if you're right-handed like I am, you want to keep this loose tail over here to the left, so hold that, and we're going to work right in the middle of this circle here. We're going to go ahead and place 12 half double crochets in the middle of the magic circle. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are all half double crochets, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whoop, let me do that one again, I messed that up. And the last one here is number 12. Now the magic of the magic circle comes when you pull on this tail, because it will go ahead and tighten up that center for you to give you a closed circle. Now you want to slip stitch in your first stitch, and sometimes that first stitch can get lost here, so if you're not sure which one it is, count backwards here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And it's kind of hidden there, so that's why I like to count backwards. So you just want to join that circle then with your slip stitch. And then for round 2, we are just going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to work in the front loop only on this round. So just go into the front loop of the next stitch, front loop only, and slip stitch. And then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a front loop only slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, front loop only slip stitch. And we're just going to continue this all the way around. That's going to give that nice little ruffle effect to the center of our flower. So it's a chain 3 and then front loop only slip stitch all the way around. While you're working on that, I'll remind you that these patterns that we're creating for this blanket, there's 24 different appliques here, and they're great for even other projects beyond just the blanket. So you could use these on pillows or bags or garments. You could make maybe some ornaments out of them, all kind of fun things. You can use these squares, maybe not this one because it's so three-dimensional, but some of the flatter ones you could use as coasters or mug rugs, trivets. So a lot of different uses for these, so I hope that you are enjoying them. And if you do make any other projects, or even if you just want to share your progression on your blanket, please feel free to share that with us on Facebook. You can find us under Intertwined Arts on Facebook, and we'd love to see what you're making. And also connect with us on Instagram too. We're on Instagram as Intertwined Art as well. So here we are finishing up, going around the center of the flower. There's a slip stitch, there's our chain 3. Whoop. And finally I think we have one more after this. Here's a front loop only slip stitch, and then another chain 3, My hook is getting away from me today, or the yarn is getting away from me. 2 and 3, and then finish that up with a slip stitch in that last front loop. Okay, and you can go ahead and clip off the blue yarn. Just leave a tail long enough so that you can weave in the ends when you're done. And go ahead and pull that through your working loop, tighten it up, and you are all set. So you can once again pull on that center to tighten up that center, but you'll see that we have some nice ruffly effect that gives us a little bit of 3D effect on the flower here. So now I'm going to grab some yarn in the hot orange color, and we're going to work this third round in the back loop only. So right behind where you just created this little ruffle, you're going to see these back loops that we left unworked, and that's where we're going to work this entire round. So go ahead and join your orange yarn into any loop on the back there. Tighten that up. And then we're going to start off this round with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to do a triple crochet in the same stitch as the join. And now we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to skip one stitch on the back here. So you're going to skip that next back loop that's unworked, and in the one after that, we're going to place another triple crochet. So for the triple crochet, you yarn over twice, go ahead into the next back loop after you skipped one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your triple crochet. Now another chain 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then a triple crochet, but remember to skip a stitch first. So skip a stitch and do the triple crochet in that next unworked back loop. And then chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a triple crochet in the next stitch after you skip a stitch. So there's our triple crochet. And then chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and skip a stitch and then place your triple crochet. And then chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then place a triple crochet after you skip a stitch. So skip one stitch and triple crochet. And then chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip a stitch and place a triple crochet next. And then to finish off this round, chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to slip stitch in the top of our first triple crochet to join the round. And that's the end of round 3. So now you see we have 7 spaces to create petals. And so for round 4, we're going to get started here. And you want to go ahead and chain 6. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then turn your work, and now we're going to place a single crochet in the top of the triple crochet. Then chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work again, and now we're going to work in that chain 6 space that we just created. So we're going to work around those 6 chains that we just created, and we're going to place 10 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we're going to work around that triple crochet and chain 3 that we originally created. So we're going to work around both of these together, and we're going to place 6 double crochets around those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now lay your flower out flat so you can see it. And see this next triple crochet? We're going to go ahead and place a single crochet in the top of that. So there you go. And now chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then turn your work, and now we're going to find the top of that triple crochet that we just crocheted around. So those 6 double crochets that you just did on this post, we're going to crochet a single crochet at the top of that. So you might need to move these over so you can find it, and then just work right into the top of that stitch a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and now we're going to work 10 double crochets in this 6 chain space that we created. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to find the next triple crochet coming out of the middle of the flower. So here it is right here. And we're going to work 6 double crochets on that post. So see the post coming right out from the middle of the flower here? We're going to hold that and work 6 double crochets around that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now straighten your flower back out. Find the next triple crochet that comes out of the middle of the flower, and we're going to place a single crochet at the top of that stitch. And then chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work, and once again we're going to find the top of that triple crochet that we just crocheted around. So there are the double crochets that we did around that post. Move those over and find that. And this can be a little bit tricky to get in there, so just take your time. There we go. And place a single crochet. And then chain 2. Turn your work. And then in that chain 6 space that we just created, once again, we're going to place 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then straighten out your flower, look for the next triple crochet that's coming from the center, and we're going to do 6 double crochets around that post. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Straighten out your flower, look for your next triple crochet that comes out of the center there, and put a single crochet in the top of that stitch. Chain 6. Turn your work and find the top of that triple crochet that you just crocheted around, and place a single crochet in the top of that. Move the stitches over if you have to so that you can find the top. There we go. Chain 2, turn, and place 10 double crochets in that chain 6 space. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to find that next triple crochet coming out of the center of the flower, and we're going to do 6 double crochets around that post. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then straighten out your flower again. Find the next triple crochet and put a single in the top of that. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Turn your work. Find the top of that last triple crochet that you just worked around. It's under these double crochets here. Find the top of that. Place a single crochet in the top of that stitch. Chain 6, or excuse me, chain 2 there. Turn your work, and 10 double crochets in that chain 6 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten out your flower. Find your next triple crochet coming out of the middle, and we're going to work 6 more around that post, 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Straighten out your flower, look for your next triple crochet, and put your single crochet stitch in the top of that. Chain 6, turn, find the top of that last triple crochet that you were just working on, and place your single crochet in the top of that. Chain 2, turn, 10 double crochets in that chain 6 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10 double crochets. Then find the next triple crochet coming out of the center, and we're going to work 6 more around that post. So it's the same process all the way around. It just can get a little confusing if you're new to working in chain spaces. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to single crochet in the top of that next triple crochet, chain 6, turn your work, single crochet in the top of that triple crochet that you just worked, chain 2, turn, and 10 double crochets in that chain space that you just created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to work 6 double crochets around this last triple crochet post. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, lost that, let me try that again. This will be 4. 4's not cooperating. There we go. 4, 5, and 6. So that is the end of this round. Now to start the next round, what we're going to do is we're going to go behind the petals that we are currently working with, and you're going to see the chain 8 spaces that we had that we began with. So you can see we have 7 petals here now. You want to make sure that you have them all done. So we have 7 petals, and you're going to go right behind that petal, and you're going to see the chain 8 from earlier. So there's the chain 8, and just slip stitch right through that space. And now we're going to place 10 triple crochets in each of these chain 8 spaces, and that's going to make the back layer of our petals. So we're working behind the petals that we already had. Remember, yarn over twice, and then go ahead and create 10 triple crochets. So there's 1, 2, and I'm not going to go through all of this last round with you because it just does repeat itself, but I'll show you a couple of them just so you can see how to get the 10 triple crochets back there, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in between the petals. So these are all triple crochets going into the same chain 8 space. And then once you have your 10 triple crochets in, you're going to see that there's this space between the 2 chain 8s. And see that little spot there? You're going to just place a slip stitch right there. There you go. And then you'll start working 10 triple crochets in the next chain 8 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then 2 more. Here's 9. And finally number 10. Then you're going to put that slip stitch in between. So see, between these 2 chain 8 spaces, there's this little space. Go ahead and put a slip stitch. And then you'll just start working in the next chain 8 space. And you're just going to do this all the way around. So it's 10 triple crochets in each of the chain 8 spaces, and then a slip stitch in between. And what that does is create this bottom layer of flower petals for you. So once you get all the way around, you'll finish up with a slip stitch as your last stitch. Then just go ahead, pull your center tight, weave in your ends for your hot blue color there, and make sure that you fasten off and leave a long tail on the orange for sewing. So you can find the pattern for these squares also at intertwinedart.com and here on the YouTube channel, and they are included with each purchased pattern on Etsy, so that will come right with your applique pattern. But what we're going to do is, we left a nice long tail to sew the flower on with, and so when you're sewing, just go through the top layer of the square. Don't go all the way through when you're sewing your flower on. And what I did was just sewed around the edges of the bottom layer of the petals. That left the top layer of the petals free, and the middle of the blue was free. So it does give us that nice 3-dimensional look. So it gives us a lot of nice depth and texture. And see how the back is clean? That's because we just went through the top layer of that stitching. So I hope you're enjoying these patterns. This is the 23rd out of 24 in the series. You can always go back and start no matter where you are. Please feel free to share our channel with friends and the blog as well. I would love to see the patterns that you're making as well. So thanks so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.